Oh, good lord. Okay, look, anything and everything I say about these characters could then be flipped into a positive argument, but frankly, this is why I don't play them, so strap on in. I do like most of these heroes. In fact, the only one I can't stand in any capacity, even when they're on my own team, is the #1 slot. I have only one rule for this. I must say one nice thing about the hero in question, and nothing less. Okay, good, okay. Let's move on to the most meh hero I can think of in terms of to kick off this list. Honestly, Sombra's only here by default. She and the #16 for next week could honestly be swapped and I wouldn't bat an eye. I like her moves, she's rather useful, and frankly, she has one of the best personalities in the game. But she's just so much of a nuance that I can't get over her. Say what you will about, say, Reaper or even other characters like Tracer who can just nope out of danger with the press of L2, but her translocator is the single biggest I hated ability in the game. I have literally chased this bitch down to 1 health, and then boom, gone to her locator at a hacked health pack, and then back into the action. However, that is what makes her fun to play. She's designed for in and out gameplay to the point that I can't really hold it against her. Her ult is one of the very few times that it's just a bigger version of her other abilities. It's just an EMP bomb. Also, hacked health packs give your teams more healing, which is never a bad thing. Sigma's biggest sin is that he's rather underwhelming. I love how he floats with his legs just kind of dangling there. I love the combination of escaped convict, insane asylum patient, and classic musical lover, all wrapped up in an astrophysicist that can actually control matter, and I love how he literally can't stop hearing a song he can't remember, so when he pulls his ult, he says, "What is that melody?" It's just a cool combination. However, his moveset is, he's basically a more mobile Rhine with a more controllable shield than Orisa, and while his projectiles do pack a punch, I feel like they just move a bit too slow for my liking. The Stun Rock is admittedly cool, I love using that thing. Also, you can basically just be an unkillable god if you can get a Bastion to just mindlessly fire at your energy converter, since it gives you like all the shields. It's pretty great. Why is he lower than Sombra, even though I have more nice things to say about him? Shut up, that's why. I cannot hit a damn thing with this man. His ult is frustratingly weird because it either kills everyone or no one, and while he is a hunk of sexy, I can't really do anything with him other than try and get headshots, which I am bad at. Also, the fan the hammer making you have to aim down so you don't lose track of the target is cool since it makes you not have an easy win. It's a neat touch. I'll be honest here, main reason she's here is because I hate waiting for my fucking shot. Plus, I can't aim for shit and prefer to be in the fray rather than just standing there and taking headshots. I will admit it is satisfying to get said headshots, but it's kind of like playing Bastion. Sitting on the payload is boring, so why not just stay in recon mode and shoot bitches that way? Yeah, I'm an unconventional Bastion, and that confuses the fuck out of some people. Anyway, her ult is really interesting to me, because it's the most support-based one in the game, that being enemy surveillance, that you just don't really need. It's nice, but you don't need it, but it helps to land those headshots, so I get it. It's also funny to see 2 Widows use it simultaneously, because everyone just kind of freezes due to those lovely wall hacks. So, Pharah is one hero I can't really play, nor can I kill. I suck at hitting moving targets, which is why one of my favorite games to play is Sniper Chicken with a Widow, a game in which I have about a 50-50 ratio with. But unless she's hacked or I'm playing Moira, I can't hit her worth a damn. She's a fine hero and a valued member of the team, but otherwise, as a fly on the wall, I want to splat. Her ult makes her easier to take down though if you're a diva with defense matrix juice and rockets, so that's fun. That phrase is bullshit and you know it, May. I like Snowball though, he cute. I also can't use this one, but it's more egregious than Widow, because unlike Widow, who has an actual gun mode to her sniper gun, you only do 1 shot at a time, and while the healing and damage is decent, it has a delay to it, which is nice. I absolutely hate how she controls. I like the bombs and the sleep darts, the ult being a nano boost is really cool, but overall I just cannot deal with her. She's one of the only heroes I refuse to try with now because of how badly I do with her. She's only this low on the list because she's easy to kill and is useful on a team. If I'm not playing her, that is. This is a hero I actually like playing. I think he's got a good moveset and he's not particularly hard to kill. In fact, the only thing that frustrates me about him is the fact that he can negate every single ult in the game that is damaged base. It's kind of the point, but I'm just frustrated that when I pop an ult and no one dies, even when they're all in Zarya's Graviton Surge, and they're just not dead. It's frustrating. Also, he does really weird healing, and is like if Lucio did even less damage than he already does, which would be impossible, I think. Those fucking shields make you want to burn the motherland down. Like, holy shit, do I hate these things. It makes it really hard to get anything done when she keeps popping shields like that. Which, yes, she is a tank, and a well-rounded one at that. The gimmick of her shields being hit giving her gun more power is really cool, but honestly, I just can't be arsed to give a fuck. I'll be honest here, he's really cool, but it's when he starts spitting on the point that it becomes annoying. I think if they made the cable usable for 10 seconds before it breaks, it would make things more manageable. But if you shield bash him, he's basically helpless, so again, more workable. Honestly, it's only like 3 maps he can be an asshole on, so I can't be too bothered by him. His ult is really helpful on overtime escort maps though. He's fine. Solid. 6 out of 10. What I don't like about Genji is, well, his abilities all seem to recover too quickly, or people just often wait and hide for them to regen to then surprise a Bastion whittling down a Reinhardt shield with instant death. I love playing as him, but playing against one who knows what the fuck they're doing, and abuses double jump and wall run and then speed slash combo is like playing, well, a ninja. I do have to say that Dragon Blade is one of the single best ults because it's cathartic that you had to be so patient and do chip damage, and then just go ham on everyone. It's fucking great. Also, you can deflect a Hanzo ult, and that's fucking awesome. Ironically, my biggest problem with him is his ult because, much like D.Va, you could be 1 away from death and then hit triangle, be back at full health, actually scratch that, quadruple the health and like 3 times the damage, with knockback to boot. There's nothing more frustrating than getting him down to 1 health, then boom, wastes time while the rest of the team gets back from spawn. Hell, at least D.Va is more vulnerable when she pops her ult. In fact, she has 1/3 the health, and while her pistol does more damage than her Gatling guns, she can still be taken down by a single headshot. Look, she's my main for a reason, I'm gonna defend her best I can. Anyway, I don't even like Winston's gun. It's got the same problem Symmetra did before the rework, where it latches onto you and does a lot of damage regardless of where it's aimed. I do like his personality though. He's very polite, and that counts for something. I fucking hate her. Like, I hate her so much. In every iteration, she is such a pain in the ass to take down, and I cannot even begin to tell you how fast I will solo ult her. I hate her shields, her turrets, her fucking ult. I hate it all because it just makes things so difficult. Her whole job is to slow you down or interrupt your progress. There's nothing else to that. Not kill, which she does that a lot too, but just slow you down. It's frustrating. Her rework was a welcome change, but overall, I just wish they'd take her out of the game. She just does not work at all. Her gun no longer being an energy suck is a plus. Still get rid of her though. Torbjorn is less offensively bad than Symmetra, but also has an arguably even worse problem. He's only viable if one of 2 things are going on. 1, you have an Orisa, or 2, you're in defense in Nambali and he hides a turret in a bush like an asshole. His only way to even come close to play the game is if he pops his ult on the point and is just fucking annoying. Much like Symmetra, his ult is just bad either way. The first was like Torb where he just powers up, that they just up and turn into a regular ability, which is just piss. But the second one is where he just pews magma on the floor, and while it is helpful, it doesn't need to be aimed. It's just, here's some lava, bitches, move. And if it's on the cart, you're basically fucked for the next 15 seconds. I do like how he's weirdly paternal over his turrets. It's cute in a way. Ugh, good god. Doomfist is one of those characters I can't get a beat on to save my life. If you're a sniper, he's piss easy. If you're a tank, he's impossible because every single time he uses an ability that hits someone, he gets armor. Now, I get why this is the case. There's a landing lag and it makes him more viable as a bruiser. But did you have to make it so much? His skins are nice, and I honestly love how ridiculously stupid his ult is. Like, motherfucker, how are you able to jump that high? You have a bionic arm, not bionic legs. How is that even a thing? And now we've come to the big one himself. The #1 worst character in this game. Oh, who am I kidding? You guys know it's fucking RoadHog. If you've been following me for the last year or so, you know I can't fucking stand this idiot. I hate how big he is, I hate his skins, I hate how they lean really hard into the scary factor on how big people are seen in society. I really can't stand his voice lines, and like 2 of his intros focus on him being fat. I'm sorry, it's just frustrating that the biggest character in the game is categorized as a stock killing machine like he's Jason Voorhees if he didn't run everywhere. Mei is often lauded as a thick person, but really she's the most normal looking person in the game given the fact that she has a desk job and is wearing a heavy winter coat, shown not only in her pajama skin but also in her honeydew skin. Yes, she has wide hips, but she's what a normal woman in her mid to late 20s looks like. It's not fair that the only guy who isn't a string bean or ripped as fuck is this fat fuck who lumbers around. Look, I get that I take this a bit more personally because I'm a big guy, but I'm actively working to fix that problem with a surgery that removes that factor. However, I can still run places and not look like I'm breaking my ankles every time I do so. I don't have this respirator mask on constantly, which, by the way, might make it easier to fucking breathe, you idiot. But fine, if we factor out personal taste on his animations or even his appearance, his abilities are fucking terrible. Not that they don't do damage or are ineffective. Au contraire, they're very effective. Too effective, in fact. Let's get the big one out of the way. His hook is bullshit because it stuns you, and then when he shoots you, it does full health damage. That is simply not okay. Even if he misses the hook, he can still move and avoid counterattacks. And if he's anything more than half health, don't bother chasing him because he won't die before he finds a mercy or a health pack. Or hell, fucking heals himself. That right there is the big nattier of RoadHog that kills me. He can heal himself. Let me say that again. He can fucking heal himself. Why? Because he's a bruiser? Because of the hook making him slower? Because what? I simply don't get it. His healing does 300 at a time, and while I get that you're under fire, I simply do not understand why it does that much. That is quite literally half his health, and that is absurd. What's worse is that if he has a mercy on him, you better forget about killing him, because his fat ass covers her completely, so you can't even accidentally kill her. The one-shot hook or the healing would be fine on its own, albeit if it was toned down to 200, but I digress. But both at the same time is just insulting. This is not a hero you play to have fun. This is not a hero you play to be fair. This is a hero you play if you want an easy play of the game, or even just easy comp points. RoadHog is so criminally overpowered and overused with abilities that are so stupidly scaled that there is no other word to describe him than broken. I rarely use that word, for the simple fact that pain-drinking morons use it every time someone they even slightly don't like is seen doing a cool thing like Mercy's Results, or her pistol, or Diva's rockets, or even Ryan's fucking hammer. To them, broken means I lost a game to it once, but to me, broken is something that is so fundamentally bad it needs attention. Blizzard themselves saw this in both Symmetra and Torbjorn, and while I already talked about why I don't like them, they have already been fixed. RoadHog has stayed the exact same with the fewest changes since the game launched. The only good thing about RoadHog is that his ult leaves him open to attack. So if he gets ganked through his less than half health, you can usually put him down. And to that I say, thank God.